I'm going to need that for this one. I'm going to talk about the EORI number. What on earth is the EORI number? Well, you need to get yourself an EORI number if you're moving goods between the UK and the EU and vice versa. But what is the EORI number? Well, it's the Economic Operators Registration and Identification Number. And like I say, you're going to need that if you're going to be moving goods between Great Britain, just England, Scotland and Wales, or the Isle of Man, and any other country, including the EU. Also going to need it if you can move goods between, Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Yeah, Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I thought I had to repeat that one. Okay, that makes the DUP very happy, I'm sure. You're also going to need it if you're moving goods between Great Britain and the Channel Islands. You're also going to need it if you're moving goods between Northern Ireland and countries, outside of the EU as well. Benefits of Brexit, sir? No, there ain't any. Well, you're going to need this EORI number because you're going to need to get registered, you see. Registered to, you need to get an export licence on Spire. Without that, you can't legally export or bring stuff into UK either. No, I know some of you are going to say, well, nobody's checking. Well, no, they're not. If you're going to take the risk and put the stuff in the boot of your car and drive over, you take the risk, I suppose. But if a business is going to send goods from, say, the EU, for instance, to the United Kingdom, well, they're going to have to, get this EORI number, you see. It's a pain in the flipping neck. Well, that's just something they're going to have to do. Because, forwarders and what have you, and haulage companies and like DHL companies like that, they'll insist on it, you see. They won't allow you, they just won't work with you. It just won't. So you don't need, though, an EORI number if you're moving goods that are both, they're not controlled goods, for instance, or if they're for personal use. Well, when you consider most goods are controlled because they have elements of them which are controlled, well, then you're going to need to get your EORI number. Such as Cheshire Cheese Company, who were exporting to the EU, and they basically said, say sorry, we can't do it anymore. In fact, they sold that part of their business off because of Brexit. Now, if your business, though, you see, is not based in the country you're moving goods to or from, you're still going to need to get yourself an EORI number if you're, making customs declaration for transit. Okay, it's right in my head now. Making customs declarations for temporary admission. You're going to have to apply for customs a decision. Making an entry summary as well, declaration. That's right, pain in the neck. There's all these different levels and different stages you've got to do. You also got to be making an exit summary declaration. You also a temporary storage declaration. Getting customs guarantees for temporary admission or re-export declarations. There's so much you've got to deal with now, which you didn't have to deal with before. It was a right mess. Now, acting as a carrier, for instance, for transporting goods by sea, inland waterway, or by air. So when you get yourself an EORI number, you say it doesn't matter. You still need it. I'd say that door swings both ways if you're importing goods. Now, acting as a carrier connected to the customs system, and you want to get notifications regarding the lodging or an amendment of entry summary declarations. It's a headache. It's a headache, no wonder. Businesses in the EU are saying, it's not worth a candle. They're giving up. The same in the UK. Businesses in the UK say, God, it's right pain in the neck now. We've had goods and that stopped at the border and it's been sat there and it's still sat there. It's been put into bonded storage and we've been charged for it. Brexit for you, say Brexit. Well, it's going to be established in the common transit country as well, with a declaration lodged instead of an entry summary declaration, was used as a pre-departure declaration. You tell me if you understand what I just told you. How many people are going to know all this stuff? Small business, let's talk about, learning curves and teething troubles. There's hell. Absolutely hell, no wonder. Like I say, they're saying it's not worth a candle. Now, if you're not eligible, though, to apply for an EORI number, you're going to have to get yourself to point to somebody. It might be a good idea anyway, because as you can tell, all the stuff I've just been throwing at you is a flipping headache. So get yourself a representative. A forwarding company would be the ideal thing to do. I do all the paperwork for you, but I charge you. Everything becomes more expensive. They'll also get passed on to the customer, and what ends up happening is you're pricing yourself out of the market. Now, if you're based in the Channel Islands and you move goods to or from the UK, you do not need an EORI number. Hey, yeah, okay. But you'll need an EORI number if you use HMRC's custom systems, such as customs handling of import and export freight. I've talked about this system before. It's about 30 years old. It's ancient. It wasn't designed for this throughput either. It's called Chief. Yeah. It's the acronym. Chief. And it falls over left, right and centre. It's plugged to merry hell. 30 years old this software is. Don't be funny. Who's got a smartphone that old? Oh no, of course not. It weren't then. Didn't happen then. Well, anyway. So, when you'll need your EORI number, okay. You're going to need your EORI number if you appoint somebody to deal with your customs for you. And you are established in the country for which you're importing or exporting from. Now, there's a bit of an example here. There's Lambert Wines in Wales, Daniel Lambert, and he's a special sort of wine importer. And what he had to do is, well, actually, he moved out of the country. He moved to, I think it was Marseille or somewhere like that, southeast of France. And he moved there, but kept his premises open in the UK to make it easy for himself. And the reason why he did that is so he can speak to himself when he has to do the, import arrangements for his wine. Yeah, French wine going into the UK, or Spanish wines, or whatever wines he's dealing with at the time. Got to do an EORI number, you see. It's much easier as being able to talk to yourself. So there he is. He's doing his EORI number for the import into the UK, while the receiver's doing their EORI number, and they join up in the middle, and it happens to be the same person. Makes sense. But he left the country as a result. He's just got warehousing in the UK and distribution. So obviously the places who he supplies his wines to. Now, he ain't going to be alone, is he? There's going to be other people, other businesses going to have to do the same thing. Or they just stop trading. It's just a nightmare. There's about, I think it's 13 or 16 stages to get your EORI number. Complicated stages. And if you're dealing with someone you're not a native, or not a French speaker, for instance, or whatever country you're dealing with, can you imagine how difficult this is to organise? No, I made a video about this a while back, actually, because the UK government made a video regarding how you go about it. And I looked at it, I thought, what the merry hell? All that lot, just for one import. Just like the fishermen and what have you, trying to export their, langoustines and lobsters and what have you. It's become far more difficult and expensive. As a result, less trade. We're seeing it now, aren't we? But anyway, I don't know if you've had any experience with the Economic Operators Registration and Identification Number and obtaining it on a per basis. Blimey. Please let me know in the comments down below. I'll be interested to hear what you've had to say. Or any other importing problems you might have, where, for instance, you might have sent something from the UK to a family member in the EU, and they're moaning at you because they've had to pay a fee. Vice versa. Anyway, you tell me. Please leave it in the comments down below, because I do read the comments, but you probably already know. Oh dear, what a mess. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to be uploading more videos like this one, which will kind of a little bit more to explore the consequences of Brexit, but also to maybe help a bit as well, give you a bit more information, so hopefully you don't make the same mistakes as many people already made. Yeah. Anyway, please hit the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, and then you got the bell icon down there, and you know, because then you'll get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Or at least I would hope you would. Anyway, ta-ta, and have a lovely day.